Imagine the scene. Null has completely dominated the Earth's population. He's going to take over in all of his villainy. He looks up menacingly, and then it cuts to black. And you hear, "It's Morbin time." Absolute cinema!
Are we ready to admit it yet? Are we ready to admit how bad this trilogy is? Are y'all up to speed yet? Are we done giving out excuses yet? Because I'm not going to be here one of those guys that's going to pander and be like, hey, y'all, oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, the critics might have hated it, but look at the audience score, okay? That must mean it's good. It's so fun. Okay, is this a fun movie? What do you mean? It's not a good movie. It's a fun movie. Are we ready to stop coping about this trilogy? And I'm not just talking about this movie, because this movie is garbage. But I'm not going to be gaslit. I refuse to be gaslit to thinking the other two Venom movies are good. No, they weren't that entertaining either. Okay, Venom 1 sucked. Venom 2 really sucked. Actually, that one got me, as a Carnage fan, that one had me a little bit upset. And this one was so laughable that it's hard to even like stomach what was the thought process in this entire film, other than make sure Null is in the movie so we can do something with him later. As far as Tom Hardy and Venom, we do not care at all. Not even a little bit. I kid you not. This entire movie was basically a small road trip between Tom Hardy and Venom, and him fighting NPC video game characters. The entire movie. We didn't have any real antagonists. The entire movie was fought against NPC monsters you would see in a video game. I kid you not. And somehow I'm supposed to find this entertaining. We're deep in the third movie where I'm supposed to find entertainment in Venom and Eddie having, their little, relationship tiffs. And 3 movies in, 6 hours in, I'm supposed to find that entertaining. It's not like they ruined some of the most popular characters in the Spider-Man collection or anything while doing it. It's not like we ruined Carnage or anything. It's not like we're wasting Venom on a PG-13 movie or anything. But we have to have our relationship test with Eddie and Venom because that's so entertaining. Because we don't have any cool action scenes. We don't have rated R. We don't have comic book accurate characters. But don't you remember? Don't you remember when Eddie and Venom argued for the 50th time? Isn't that so funny and entertaining? Trash! I would not be gaslit into liking any of these movies. I don't care what the audience score says. This is one of the worst, if not the worst year I've ever seen for comic books ever. Deadpool and Wolverine really is kind of the saving grace in this entire situation. Because truly, this is pitiful what we had to slog through this year. That being said, I will say this. What I'm hearing from Spider-Man 4, not to mention, Sony just throwing movies out there, Silver Sable, Morbius, Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter. They're doing a Kraven. I don't even see them marketing it anymore. I think they just accepted, hey, we kind of have this around Sonic and Mufasa. Yeah, we're screwed. I will say this, if one thing Venom did do was get me interested for future movies that really never paid off. We did it with Carnage, and then we did it with Venom going into the MCU. None of that paid off, but now we're doing it with Null. And Andy Serkis is Null. Now, Null is a pretty new villain on the scene of comic books, which is rare to get that type of popularity, being that new. But what I'm hearing from the grapevine is maybe, possibly, quite probably, something dealing with Spider-Man 4. Something dealing with Venom. something dealing with the multiverse, possibly with another Andrew and Toby team up. Maybe that's why they're trying to build up all these movies. Sony trying to build up their little own universe that has not worked out, not one bit. But hey, I also understand a lot of y'all don't want the multiverse thing anymore, at least not for Spider-Man, which is understandable. Okay, I kind of wanted, after the end of No Way Home, I was like, okay, we're setting up with a mean street movie with Tom Holland, Spider-Man. We're going to get the full-fledged Tom Holland Spider-Man that we deserve. It's in between the two Avengers movies. That's just not gonna happen. I had that feeling after No Way Home's success and everybody getting that big payday, you know, that we weren't gonna go into the whole, you know, we're gonna do a street level after we made damn near $2 billion off of Andrew and Toby's backs. Okay, let's keep that. Let's keep that going. And let's do something with Venom. Now, as much as I want a street level Spider-Man, I am not against a possible team up against Noel. Or team up against Venom or something, or whether the likes. Now, unless we're trying to build up Noel versus the Sony universe. If we're doing that, please Sony, keep that at home. Well, maybe if it's against Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Maybe if they try to do Andrew Garfield Spider-Man again. Or another Tobey Maguire movie again. But I don't see that as likely. But just say, if you're going to do Noel, do not... I don't want Madam Web and Kraven the Hunter and whoever the freak. Okay? I don't want to see that. Or Morbius. Whatever happened to Vulture? Y'all remember that guy that was supposed to play Scorpion? Whatever happened to that guy? I don't want to see a Sony Sinister Six team up versus Noel. I don't want that. I know y'all want to continue to put out Sony products to try to keep the IP of Spider-Man, but this is not helping. Like the way I'm hearing this setup, okay, of y'all basically being forced into doing Spider-Man IPs without Spider-Man. At this point, it kind of feels like y'all laundering money. Like if y'all need to do a good old tax write-off and just cancel these movies, the world is actually okay with that. Truly, I know it's a meme, but truly, is what's next? Is The Wall the next movie at this point, Sony? Because we're getting to that point, Sony. Stop it, Sony! But yeah, if we get a Venom movie in the MCU, an actual Venom. Maybe we can do a Timothée Chalamet being Harry Venom. That would be fun. That would be entertaining. Spider-Man team up versus Noel. That would be pretty fun. That would be entertaining. Please don't have this man hyped up just to turn him to gore. Please don't do that! Anyway, I'm done. Peace of two fingers.